Episode for a higher juicy news. Mema Obibia Akwaba. I had the latest hot nkwa enamede bramo. Anunti so we subscribe to channel dia bomodia share over subscribe. The way the share over click the subscribe button no. Na wa barely notification. We understand new video be upload no. When the first person what's ebe kan sa video. Afi we na wa like video no give us a thumbs up na fi share na ofoforo so na wenye bi enhwe na wo hu ensemo a ekoso ewo Ghana memo hado afi yebura ye ensemo a ababeto yepono so mumayitie eye sankomo ya ababetudwa sansem yekoso mumayitie yintie ekoso
na ena me wo asem bi a ha ma adwen efiti anura me hu se ehun komodie ekoso on social media na afenso traditional media no kwa na ebimu edi hu nkomo en eye nkomo ba ko a me ankasa se obapa ye titi ba fa the World Cup ache ma fa the World Cup amadi hu nkomo ma kwa ho site chese galamse yade bia betidi a me ya sure se wo so wotidi a no akoma ye wo ya because ye nim sunsanso a ewo galamse so and that's the reason why the last time na me ka kire wo mutie yen se wo ye NDC panyimpo na oya badwen so do ho be hye galamse mu a yade a president Mahama na ni nye ho eyade a honorable Amakofibua na ni nye ho Dr. Manebua ma ministers na yade wo masisi institutions a waso mo hwe magalamse no yetu ase no eyade a president Mahama mo tax what's a tax wo mo hwe ma ye adwuma ni ye protect ya sase ni ye protect ye nsuo enti se kwaba na se ye di galamse ho nkomo na se wo ye Ghana ni a wase wo fa ne serious because menumi anu ye ni sika ye de ebeto nsuo a ya import wa firi abrochire wamo ehya nkrofo achi a wamo sensuo sensase no saa nkrofo no wo sika wamo de be kra nsuo a wamo edi fra monane no wamo anom menumi eno sachet water ya ne bottle water ye wo Ghana ha eno a ne anom ne kakra eniti se yakase ye tena ho ne awe ha ama nkrofo aye galamse dia sensuo a me metimi aka galamse ho asem the whole year membre until I see say ye nya changes ama se ye nsase no ye hwani ya reclaimu forest na yetie simu no so a ye twemu nua nyina tugu no eno so ye hwese ye beduadua nua ni bi ade ahya anan na etoda bi ade ama asem no eye ya ne sei empanyimfo ye do man na hye wo mo nsa no omo commitment ene be ma ye hu se galamse no wo ma ne je hu anaso wo ma ne nye hu wo mo komu a wo mbedi na be ma ye hu se adwuma no wo ma yo ma dwen se wo mbe ye anaso wo mo nye enura Dr. Edward Omanebuama, your defense minister, make comments, and I mean who say and confess here, make fun of comments now. All you say position now a crown no, they are not expecting some comments from him. And then Sika ne be trafe no trafe no. Or make comments say, "Who ye Ghana ni na sa wutie na e wo Nyankopon din mu any Ghana din mu jai galamse." People are making fun of that comment because they think say be a papa no e corner bronesunti and afedia all kachira Ghana for say we are Ghana near in the name of God and in the name of Ghana stop galamse simple comments here papa ma ye binum person mo kira so wo monti ase but me I'm not here for that particular conversation to do a different game for it. But as some me person me bisa wo ena no pay say Ghana ni ne say it is a wonam ka kwanya wodro mu highways na se wo hwe ensuo e deda wa kese ebra bi atwam na ensuo no obi atimi si kura sabinom wo hwe ensuo na de aye nne na se wo ye Ghana ni na se wani je ho a eye answer wo se wo de ma wo ho wucha wadi na hwe ye nkwayem na hwe de kwaye na yesi ho no na sa wo ye Ghana ni na sa wo si wani je ho a eno so ye answer wo sa wo de ma wo ho na ye nyina ye mi sa ye ho sai ensuo na asai ama ene Ghana Water Company Limited entimi ma ye quality water ensuo Ghana Water for de ma ye no air poison we make obi anti ase Ghana Water for kra na nim say wo mo plant no mo di eso ne nsuo no the last time Ghana Water ka kire ye say alum na mo di tu nsuo mu a e ma nsuo na ni yakroje no galamse nti e waso mo di alum ni tu mu mo na wonim effect a e wo alum ye abizu na wonim effect e wo so So me catch us say nsuo na Ghana water for the maye no e beti be poison a wo se won ti ase ni nyina so ya me no mi enu no kra ya mpase ya be ka kire ye ho ni aka kire ye nuanom na wo mo e wo nwura mu ho ye galamse ne say mu kum ye nyina nti mu nyai. You see, the reason why I had a problem with Akufo Addo, when you are so I handle galamse wo krom ha, eye se omanpanyin etimetina se e boni tirimpo etamu mra ade kwato mra se bedwam ema mra se bedwafo so ye nhwe ha eje sa mra ne tum na mra no etimi manipa da sani ho kwan se ye nkwaye na ya bo ho bai for years no afa yan first excavator se kwatinsim ni antutu nua ni nyina tungu yamfuntu masase na ni mfra na afa yantu galamse because party here sika. That is why I had issue with Akufo Addo. Because a mommy will say that Akufo Addo had appetite for galamse and he was a direct beneficiary of galamse. Because of my penny would see a quenya so I would buy ye. Namra be anywhere a chira say, yet you go to from a good year away and quiet, ya quiet, ya reserved because ye anymore for so the more minor. Now I saw my penny, what to make say a tam emra at the cobra seven say. Samra wa ya mede bai ba mani pa ho kwai no makokwayem akwa funtuma sase nani afra no mabubu nua to agu enketua ne akase nyina romo yoma gira so atu from agudia because party here sika ayede na abaka cha bisa wonya direct beneficiary of galamse enti approach Akufo Addo de ma galamse no ayanda no de da Ghana for say and I put my presidency on the line and I have to buy galamse wa boana ya lo just what you say behind doors no nana ni abira galamse no all share ne crop for the kutupa amoye and that's the reason why he was able to be bold to stand in front of a camera, national television. No, I can't share Ghana for them. I can't tell my say chama Wontumi de. Our mo Bawumia forest in one. First commission and mo penny for minerals commission. Atia siwa woman ya bra kwachi excavators ni ade no. Or don the PRO. Ade ma kwanta my say kwanta my say galamse. Meanwhile, forest da chama Wontumi kwawura mu no. Na ya man ho kwan se wontinsim. Eti tumi be na chama Wontumi nya ya wotimi tisi forest nim ekotu galamse wo ho ema na no danko Akufo Addo no ya president ebe ka che Ghana for say onye into illegal mining eti eno omo ma sha ase omo ka say Dr. Manebu amasem no ka ye no ade ko na ajiwa mu nsem na hwe we all need to have a mindset. Ye be wu say on mine na ye sign no ye ni ba bia ko Trump kwatina akwanya so say American president I was starting say wo deporting crofo e de ko mu krom no me pa cho Ghana for na wa mo no ne no ye deport wo mo ahaya no beba omo ni ba bia o mo ko ahaya no beba wo ka ho me nua ka ho mabusuani ka ho wo so wabusuani ka ho ye deport wo mo ko ahaya no beba ye deport wo a wo hwa bi a wo tie mi a wo so Ghana no ahaya na beba betena eti trase na ya wa adwen se political party bi space a wa hye no ma yan ka galamse ho asem tina say na ya wa adwen se dia wo be die nti no e wa so man no asase sei dia wo be die nti no e wa se o man no ye sei nsuo hwe galamse obi o ye galamse bi o ye criminal. I'm telling you for a fact. Because some Markin sign na china ye di gu nsuo mu gu asase mu no woni bia ye wo ye di paduam ano ye nkoma enya afa ni ye bedio e ye nkoma dada nkoma ni kwa wo with deformities na wo na osoro ya no say asase tu nsuo gu mu e no tu nro gu nsuo mu ene ya wo na won sani ho na ohiri ni ho and what deforming ya catcher was say galamse ya wa ukrom enti ne ya wo say disabled child me ya sure sanka woni nyida e ka ba dome wo na mu nyina wo nkwada nyina but ana wo sika wo penti no wo se yanti ase na sensuo no say asase no bubunia nyina tugu because obi pe adwuma ye the last time na me ka say Say ya say enkrofo nyai galamsey. Na yempe adwuma ma wo mo a. Ye ka no kwa. But the last time na panyi bi ka me say ya. Ekon na ada ho no, enye se de muhunu no. It goes beyond what you think. Then I begin to ask him questions. And wakacha me say, "Omo amoya galamsey na nkasa no. Wo kacha obo say wo pese wo mo bibi foforo ya. They don't want to do it." Then I told him say, "Omo so timi detective magana. So it is high time say, young Ghana for no young leaders, Ghana penyufo ankasa na waso omunya commitment say, illegal mining e wasi atwam. Na no tano anuam. We all saw over the weekend. Na me show pictures and videos are. Me yam sheme excavators mako 10. And na forestry commission yade oban Ghana forest asho monsa. So amoma ho ban no. Wo mo kwa forest ni mu kwa no mu suro because enkwafukuo bi akwahya forest ni mu di etuo. Asha forest ni ana chase obia ntimi venture ho. Na nya kasi ya die man niama ya ho kwan na ho wa ba ba wura mu agi asase na boso afa ya se mu obi anka ho asem minister ni wo ka ya se wo pa bi asem wo ka ya se adwuma ni krom enti ya se ya de adwuma ni krom ya poison su atwa ya ho ahia ya poison sase atwa ya ho ahia na se say farming communities ni bi wa mo mining areas. Wouldn't na akọ na wudidi a poison. Ha meka said yet ya chiro sa na tie sana ba ya wonam ewiase wonam Ghana abonten so na kwato mining communities no ni aka danger air poison ma me no me no ye health you will see say enye politics and obi ye. Another reason why the last time na me ka che NDC chairman no wa valejura say onya careful. Chairman, be very careful. Say wo baba president Mahama adwuma ya diama no. There be. You no go work o. Anya adwuma. Sa kwafo na sa appetite ni wo mumu na. Moya ma adwen say o, Akufo Addo jai wa bonkrofo mo ye. Eti ya so ye rest president Mahama be jai me ya no you like bad. Ya me ka che wo say. Wa wo ba ya galam say woni ma ho di NDC party kala be kata wanim. E dia excuse. Wo sa nipa no kwa na che wa se do tum for life. Because wo no e wo se ye wo so ye criminal. Why you say one pepper the Mahama ye? And why you say one peg Ghana ye? Sha, asamna da bia ya na ye nia bra ne ye ka no. Me person ka ya kasi ya research kakra. Na ye she danger sa cyanide, mercury na ye de kuru gold. Ahwie gu ya nsuo na atwa ye ho ahia ni nyina. E de gu asase ni mu no. E ka ya hwe eniema wo mu no. And you may woman until so back hospital. Near diagnose one more yaria be yet me boy yaria be any d. Yariano just a dino bisa Ghana high and TB da and a yaria cassia your bobby and wakuma do him a dino quampo et him a wintem. Yariani dina yababwatro and no quite bit one quanaso. And yatna ho wa Ghana ha and yaso ho na akwa to say oh yempe adwuma ma wo mo enti wo kana say nipa no oni adwuma ya enti won kwan ne den me pacha ye wa responsible mining. That is my appeal. You are responsible mining, and that's the reason why you and then small scale miners you find in bread. Because I said galamsey small scale mining yo you nim difference. Ayo futufra obiye yebi eti ana wo kwa obiya ne me small scale miner me asko eti amanne small scale miners na kwa wo mo bre wo mo ni abre wo peso wo mo bua ma bai no etu galamsey ase because wo mo so wo adwuma no is at risk eti ye twa yane ne ehwe yanim benkum ne fa ya sensuo bi eda ye ho ya se ya sase bi atwa ye ho ahia forest ne keke na do danko Akufo Addo etimi ahwe Ghana fo anim atam eye emra e de akwakoto mra se badwam se yanje antum se enei obi pese obewura mu e wo forest ya won konkotu eti ana enda beto mebo LI 2642 no mesro pebi na kan sa LI na Akufo Addo de call parliament 2642 no ko pebi na kan ekwo na obehu se na nado dan ko Akufo Addo ni tim wo den no ni Ghana hodo o nipa bi a ho say yetime pepa ni di free Ghana history musa president e wasanke pepa because awudi ankasa no wadi yen etime tamomra de call parliament say ade a BC da wa Ghana ha namna sebejafo and you see that's the reason why today some say MPP for emna sebejafo ni bi anu gbegbegbe no omo kasa then I begin to ask myself say so all this while you people had that conscience you had that common sense to know say I was here Ghana ye but you sat in parliament approve an LI ebema ho kwan ama yetimi atie se yan forest na ya de asiwo for all these years obi ankomu no ya bawram say forest commission say nya ne edin a forest na kasa yo omo de na aye logo area because Akufo Addo power crofo say move for tour enkogu forest na mo to Ghana say since when ya shall see da ben yetimi tamomra say ya kasa ya kwashemra na mra na say twa ne ho abedi yawu na wo ye nipa a wo man ho do agye nipa nkwa ho a wo be ya sade we and people for they have no shame who can go for and it's social media no mu didi atem and you see this time around Jandam will not survive Jandam it will not survive emre bi na na mo ya mudi atwam ha issues bi wa oda sabo kan ehun yase ebe yi ano ebi wa so ne ehun say mo common sense na anya adwuma ye be ja mo ama mo jinsem hunu sa mo njimi hu nkosa obi afam ho but ye eya dia e for mine ho ayesu se mo betum futu egu Ghana fo ani no ye be gwan ne aka no kra na kire mo and then ye po bi o ma galam say ye rampant ye Akufo Addo because on the shemra ama ho kwan say ye mwura forest him within a space of 8 years near Timia granted licenses more than 2,000 aden it will fetch as a community mining or for highest community mining so community mining no kwan be dia wukese no wo ka obi person obetiase I'm saying this morning because tano anuamu de no wo hwedwo ma ye forest no pa wo besu China for any Ghana for aka bom and no hyem forest nim ho and no two forest nim nyina adani asase dani mafuntum Ghana for mu aya o se menya akademinim no eka wonim menya ka information amikita no eka wo sa information no ye dede anka won ka kire se ye sora no pa bia ye dede hwa danger na ewe animu a sese kwa ni animu o eni ya betena danger no eni ya nte to dia opa for political space hye na ya wadwen se wunhuye and that's the reason why yesterday I was so disappointed so surprised to say as some doctor omanebo amaka ye no Ghana for dia dane asembia said omunti bi da se papa na se mo kan na ade galamse kon no agye ne nsam na mama mi sa wo se wo ye Ghana ni na wo man no hodo na wo se wo dwen Ghana ho a enti ade a ekosui eye fe wa wo twa wani a eye fe wei eye owuo ane nkwa enho asem ne ye ka no I'm saying I can talk about galamse for the whole year until I see say afa die nyamia yadoma mansesan yaba hwa ade a wo galamse ho no se wunya information a wo galamse enho sunsanso ho a you understand why every morning maybe I'll be shouting. I'm not shouting because I just want to shout. I'm shouting because me mabusuafo ene me nuanum bi no ye ne ba bia kwaje se Ghana ha e bia wo dia wo wabusua no wuti ayeye wanya ayi politician bi oya corrupt wo wabusuam eti wa wi o man Sika ma na wo deskam eti ya kranso from onane a obetimi atobi ya kraduane from onane ubetimi atobi plane ya etu a ekoba nyina no wutifie wo hwame plane na bu kwa wonfuru bi da ha ebi akura wuti sui baby awakwasi aya wo district capital wutu kwankwa baby a echese wudi baby akọ eka baby a wote no etimi awano na for political space she political space na wa adwen say yesora no pa ye dede ya na ye bia ya no say rich galamsey adru no nyame na hu ye mobo and I say yenya president ya why na adwen say on so because baby a ye dru no a dru stage ya ehia say ye sheda ehwe nkofo biasum ye sheda de nkofo bi ko to prison ema mu hu say mu di wa man mu ni nyina wu na mu nyai ha samini adwumaye eye excuse but it's not an excuse enough for you to say asasia sense yo ama ya poison ama meme nkwa because uni adwumaye ana na ekwache amroba ye nya na ye nkwa because amroba no so abaka so oni adwumaye eti amroba kacha me so oni adwumaye nti no ko robbery na police ni ne kira na maka say oh oni adwumaye nti munya no enu abi na wo ye no galamsey no enu abi na wo ye adwuma ni ho ti mamenta mercury mamenta cyanide mamenta yes chemicals a wo mu de gu nsuo no mu no wo kan ehu effect enu asase na so aye fumtumfra edi nnuro ni gum no the same asase de didua banche the same asase de didua bayire ntos nyadoa edi de atwa ye ho hia a ye die ye di poison wo kan politics nti obi ampese obeka. And that's the reason why I end organized labor muntimi sore nka hwe biem okrom ha because for once ani ya hwe ni ma Ghana for nyina ni da organized labor so say empanyifo mo da organized labor no sore a na kire se galamsey na include ya omo ma me hu dwiri mo pa aya doctor for ni nurse fo a wo mo akasa timi tira se ese ya research na galamsey no yare ya de bre ya nya yare ketwa omo so kwa ho na akwa omo diagnose wa no baba yare ni di bam no omo de ato wa ma the same doctors and nurses no politics inti eye critical a we catch am say mo bi enya bibi nchira Akufo Addo say galamsey no aye yie omo see your services is essential eti yan strike yeah fine edu ba bi obi be kasa ai asem mo kan na ewom na mom Womutimi kwa strike because yes you revoke ebinum appointment eno krompo na anya nokore eno de mbe kwa strike eno mo service anya essential the impose threat to your life eno nya essential mamo the hypocrisy style of young Ghana for eno na ma ye nyina ye bre ye ka nokore kire ye ho a because of politics and divide ye ntino ye wunyansa wa asama nipa ni kam and that's the reason why obi betimi atna the cubicle no atam camera de asinanim no oye video no o kan samfon ai and ye dum kania na mo nka ho asam na ni refi de wo say abai na wo je dum so na mu ba e na oja hokoi na Afenyo wadi busumi mienu etu wa pese president Mahama dan ne ho magic mese no kra yempe wo Ghana ena di yadu ba bia yadui ena politicians na hu say de wo meye bia wo menya gullible people bia wo medi wo machi defend wo mo on to say ya Ghana for ne benya common sense da bia me ka kira wo ya Ghana ne nya common sense gen wo ya Ghana ni wo ya nipa gen etira na se wo kon so te se me de nyakopon de nyansa tum gen na wa wo tira se na ya analysis na wo bisa wo say eti de ya yo man de kuro ya ye eti ya ya nfe politics inti obi gusu defend it because atoda bi aya na medwene ho amenti ase ye mra ne di yawu na na do fan kwa parliament back na ye repeal mra ne free ho no wanye se afaina honorable Mutala Muhammad Moni Abria wo mo de mra ne kwa back to parliament sa li no ne akoye free ho na ma Afenyo Forest commission fo nya hoden no mo ti mewura forest ni mu sisi aya me ne wo kasa na Akufo Addo wanye na we make catch us so nipa boni ni a wo so won ti ase
11.1 million Edikoton Konya, Edikoton Konya, Edikogu Bank of Ghana headquarters. Now, Oshe Sika, your committee into this particular construction as a building in Kutoa, Ivan. That will be say, and say, Tiwa, na Ghana, Yenisika, na a Wapayo, say, a dang pa. Because Oshe Sika, everyone. Anyesika ketwa enkurakeke 11.1 million
enti obi ka cho say yenim nyansa nisi edi independence.
Oh,
I think say you should also understand it.
Why?
Because akwase baby a wudu tibeto wunni baby a du tibeto na obi acha osika na wafra wonam fofo se monko tena kempiski na monko gimoni nti mo ba gimoni the whole day no ba na sa mancho ha na oba beda nipa only vision, nipa only plan. No? That is what you do, and that's exactly how we've been behaving in the past years. Because at the time of this idea of Bank of Ghana buy, at that time, Ghana was in a serious economic predicament. We are aware, because officially Ghana declared bankrupt in 2022 when we officially wrote to our creditors, external ones, Charlie, yen to mean to Yayaka. At the time, we were using a fortune to pay for such a building. And then at the same time, that same time, Bank of Ghana was turned into a printing press. And I had the printer cash and a journey daytime, we ended up Bank of Ghana bought over 60 to 70 billion Ghana cedis.
92.3
In the history of this country, I'm not sure a single state institution in a year bought such amount of that magnitude to that. I don't know, I'm yet to be educated on that. Over 70 billion and a Bank of Ghana and Quantina Hoboka. And then over that sorry no na the building number started the amount they quoted nyini kwana nima ba beduru ene na bisa won say as a country at that time ana oman no as a by force ye ahia for Sika pensioner Sika ye debt restructuring by force because aban eni Sika no e dey be ma Ghana aban the Bank of Ghana tanaka say me kwa kosi building and a priority at the time when we are forcing people to sacrifice at the time. But because building you see a na amount for benyo more cat because until that building goes up no amount for Sika become baby. Enti furniture ya beye na said na ayarage Sika no akonwa banya na abatena so you need to spend $11 million.
$11.1 million just for only
and the dollars, you know, and Madam for me for US by Ghana and now Okachem say Oba Ghana no who this Toyota Land Cruiser brand new na abam mono no who several ones kroma na no nwa because US baby or no kra na betu abasa bosome na on flashes aka na ba kokora but Ghana has say every blessed day these guys are moving up and down. Yanso na da bia kwa abonten kwa sresres ka bebo bosia e de ba kroma na business ka na ye den. So that is how we've been over the years. Asema parliament asema ikoda edi ana yes doto do so nsemi ma werem fi the same parliament ko nwena mote so mo ko free China meboa e wo kro me be debate.
It's true.
So how to empower young people in this country say be ya o betimi an yes a ne ma we ma ya to no sa nim de ne sa nyansa no eni ho ko to no okrom ha na emfa so bi amaso ma no many as woko Asia, most of the emerging economies, some of the big countries like Indonesia, Taiwan, your friend is saying big Asian countries that are emerging, you know. Do you know, say, the backbone behind the economy, you know, has to do with furniture and those things, kind of stuff, or more exported to our thing. Vietnam, one of the major things they do, some of this furniture, and for they export to Europe. Turkey over the years, you know. Pononen as for I to to free say.
Turkey dolls.
So they no bet me I say. So bisa I say, how are we retooling young people in those local industries? No some of these things bet me produce. Come akonya be no be no Ghana how you need to pay.
So it means it means our parliamentarians doesn't have the locus.
Exactly.
To even question.
Add moral locus.
The moral locus.
Yes, legally they may have, but moral locus, you know.
The moral locus.
Yes.
To even question BOG
for
acquiring as a purchasing 11.1 million furnitures.
Yes.
Because Mukra de Mutu Sukra, Mukra
so you see, and I say, mine are yet team no, as will be a year ope. And it's the reason why Addison will have the audacity and the infantry to do what he did. At the time, and oh yes, I did. We don't forget the minority NDC time, STG demonstration.
Yeah.
Or catch them some hooligans.
Yes.
The guy insulted them and called them hooligans. Said they should know a better way of demonstrating. But this is Parliament with an oversight responsibility, or when they can exercise over some of these institutions and even stop the building of that particular thing. Net2.3. But what happened? Ekoduru and partisan politics. Now issues na kwakwada. And that guy had the full capacity to do these things. Now, I said we are by. I'm expecting say you have a proper audit into every single dollar that was pumped into that particular thing. Now you who say indeed. Sika ni bi fa baby also akoto ngonwa over 11.1 million dollars.
Tiaso was it committee 8.6 million into integrated electronic security systems. Bakudi also ICC system and network infrastructure cost them $8.6 million. And then another integrated electronic security system cost almost $15.8 million.
No one said Sikano Mumbo, and you see some of these security saying we are installation your moki can one semi. Kofi my last 2 years. Now your friends say there is this China your friends say Russia guys what they do is that they sell information online on those way. At some point in time, not Ghana Finance Ministry. Proper documents and as for were being sold on those platforms. So, the documentary is out there. Your friend is saying one of the streaming platforms. I will show it to you. They were selling. Your friend saying intelligence. Our Ghana Finance Ministry, and you go there, they will tell you say, "Oh, we have all the security buying." So they will get away with it because Kroma Kasa na Kasa. State institutions empowered to undertake some of these things, they will not. Because some of these things, you don't even need to go to Parliament and argue over it. All you have to do to get a proper audit firm, I will go into every single dollar that was used in this particular building. You'll be able, because there's a paper trail. Sure. There is a paper trail. You do comparison. I know, say, price is not OK2 for this, Is it standard across board? When you do these things, then you bring the report. When you are speaking, then we speak to fact. But some of these things, depending on where the person stands across the political divide, NDC, MPP, say, I don't know, the issue become a foolish case. We don't move anywhere. So people will continue from today going. Obisu baby see a dying. No, so because there is no centralized system in this country that are the responsibility. Some of these things
Some of these
institutions and what they do, because there is no reasonable basis for Bank of Ghana to, in the first place, build that particular building at the time that Ghana was in crisis. Let alone some of these fanciful things they are mentioning in the forum. Nina Baba yet Ghana foka yet home. Now, besides, I'm for so bad, I got a Kwaku free anima women. Can't just say building near old. At this time now, I'm for you near my busy bazaar. You don't spend such a fortune. At the same time, don't forget, at the same time, we are also building cathedral. At the same time, no say Ghana ni tighten the belt, At the same time, we were building cathedral. So near man I matima for that has never been the priority of those in power. It has always been agenda plan. Baby, I acquire Sika free. That is why I'm employing Ghanaians and say they need to be very vigilant and get out of this excessive partisan politics. Governance at any point in time must serve the interests and the purposes of the people of this country. It must not be at the whims of some individuals for the conveniences of those in power. Or no, they can easily have access. Because at any point in time, how is the government serving your interest? That should be the basic drive. Your politics, Kroma. But Anyasana, you continue to fight among ourselves in the manner we do. We are going to create a lot of strength for people, and they will capitalize on that particular strength and allow your division way to do some of these things. Because at the time, it was all over in the media, demonstrations, discussion, parliament. The guy was never perturbed because somebody was telling Charlie, do it, I've given you the green light. And I know the day nothing will happen. Here we are today. Parliament is asking questions. We don't even need those things. All that we need is make sure a serious audit firm will go to Bank of Ghana, take all the documents, analyze it, and tell us, say, indeed, this amount of money, you're inflating it to this level. Say, then we know, say, somebody can be prosecuted. Sure. But the way we bandy these figures around, 11, and so what? Because we've not proven, say, your friend saying, oh, we be and you and I know, say, doesn't make sense. So what it means, say, you come, now you're a proper auditor. We know how much was actually used in some of these enterprises, that we know how much was added. Then we can speak to proper fact in as a forum. But about this usual comic, we've been here before. So I'm not expecting say the next stage of your politics zoom we come back to the same square 10. The same thing because we need to prove and show seriousness at this time round. It's not business as usual. A man for my committed crime against this particular country must not get away. Now the who lady is national service or no about Kruma when you had the camera dinner not just all turn who social media. Up to now, I'm not even sure whether she has been invited or not. What I say, when you do some of these things, you man for Bamubu people, a man for Nyajide say, the commitment say they fight corruption is really real or not? Because the facts are available. In America, some of these scandals break it up, but the following day the FBI will pick you up and make sure say you are interrogated. Do you know why they do that? When you create that vacuum, it creates a certain sense of unseriousness. Between the government and the people. But government, at no point in time must people lose confidence in government. So they do those things within short period just to sustain trust and confidence in the government. Say government is really doing this or doing that. But here
we are. Our own people are also saying it is a witch hunting.
Witch hunting, but when you're witch, we can only hunt witches. If you are not a witch, what you'll be able to hunt? Yes, so we had a dear course on national service. Now a cartel at Tennessee for a period of 7 good years, inserting ghost names into pay road database. I pay almost every month. That alone should tell you the structural weakness. Me, I am not focusing on Sabayo and for more national. That is the narrow approach we always adopt. For instance, there was a time on a media morning show across some of the platforms. The focus was on 3 people now no more honor. I'm going to say you people don't know what you're talking about. Those people are a cartel. For them to operate successfully for 7 good years, it means there is a systemic weakness that they capitalize on that. Because national service, let's know what they know. Register no more grants you submit to parliament. Why do you think the law no matter how going to submit to parliament? Oversight responsibility. So you cross check. Controller and accountant general doing payment, you are not a zombie, you're the list brow and go to yaka. You have a role to do oversight. So you see the institutions involved to sit there for 7 good years for this cartel to capitalize on the weakness in the system and be taking money for 7 good years, I trust that the system is weak. And to me, a leader, I'll rather focus on the systemic weakness in the system before I send a Nipano crama bomb. So, what does them know? But about what is the systemic weakness in one? What is Obiaka say?
Our focus is on the personality.
On the personality, parliament,
the systemic weakness.
No,
I don't know. You drink
alcohol. Mentis Obiakra, we are just an expert way to radio. So, Mentis Obiakra boss to that.
It's all on the personality.
On the personality. Oh, young Kochi, we and you say, but don't forget the President Mahama pencil. Man, Akufo Sika or national service because omu the same thing. Okay.
So they reverse.
They reverse. So for us to come back 7 years after, it means that there is a structural weakness in the system. People continue to capitalize on that. How are we eliminating this systemic weakness? Nobody is talking about it. Oh, young Kwachi or one national security, a man for address it to say, wait, nothing will come out of it. I think we need to sit down and make sure that governance and my culture say yanchungu eboso and a yanchungu baby. There is no book we have leadership, no governance. It's an art. How we adopt to approach and how you go about it. Now contextualizing within where you find yourself and make sure say it serve the interest of the people. China, for when they adopted your friends say private capitalization, people thought it's never going to be possible. But they are reaping the dividends and because China was the first country to experiment that particular thing. Okay, almost a communism. A private capitalism, but then the dividend, the economic dividends of what we achieve, and it has become a model. Now other countries are also experimenting.
Yeah.
You understand? So I think the narrow approach, and the DT we need to expand the horizon. But this linear way, a straight line. Yeah, governance level, no, we always think linear, but I think the time has come for us to expand our thinking. Now you're making sure that issues no bad.
Let me, Mami, can few of the messages now, Abano, we'll wrap up with a tidal wave, we call it a day. Mama Johnny, thank you. And all the platforms, Mama Johnny, also thank you very much. Say Mama Johnny, well, Ahonto 92.3 FM. Yes, simply so. Ajumadi yeso the media so there's a coffee so Nimrei meeting Mama Alaska the Dawn. Ivan Che Innocent or a researcher and what they can say in an tree and come on, let me read a few of the messages Nimrei and I inquired him now. I'll say good afternoon. If I'm enjoying the show this afternoon, I'll say please ask Jane Mensah when shall we receive our 2024 election little allowance. It's 3 months now. Please, we need that allowance now from Tei and Saitama. Almost say electoral commission 3 months in the Entionka. It will be say electoral commission or say the bank and over three candidate but one more in the amount and na or say NDC beware some ECG officials are creating doomsday today between 11 a.m. and 12 noon. The light went off for 4 times. Why? We in a frank at the Africa South and our boss say ECG for your home ye MPP for be able more or create a problem no at the Mayan or say for 4 good times and then between 12 to 1 no not a light of 4 times or say it's uncalled for and yet until ye or say so can Akufo Addo sit on a house chair in public or say sorry Alex God limit me in Kado because I know she was say criminal bombo sorry I can't read that or a former president and he deserves that due respect. I'll say happy birthday to Mansuro and now birthday happy birthday to you na I'll say we pip free dobro and someone I say good afternoon citizen. I am advocating that all true CPP family come together so that we can change the name Kotoka International Airport to Kwame Nkrumah International Airport. We should try as much as possible to go and plant a very big billboard with the inscription Kwame Nkrumah International Airport in front of the airport. How can we harness somebody who overthrew Kwame Nkrumah with the airport that he built? Greetings to Honorable Fred Agbenyo and Kofi Adams. And pay Nimrei also the Aba Abe Boom. A lot of messages here. Say Kofi, I always enjoy Ivan Che. God bless him for us. And I John so the Aba Kwesi Nkoko or say Kofi. I'm enjoying your show all the way from Nkoko. Tell Ivan we need more of him in Ghana here. I say, let's wrap up on a tidal wave. Now, pick up some few calls. Now, on this tidal wave, I'm Rami Hunsabampeni right after the ceremony Okoho, and we'll share the devastating level at which Nkrofo War Agavagine Omomo coastal line of water region Omo go through Nona Anno. Some part of Accra is also facing that same challenge. Now, who said in 2021, that is somewhere December 2021, the NPP government under the finance minister Kennedy Agyapong then committed 10 million Ghana cedis, 10 million for a visibility study, which results in and here we are.
Citizen, I reho, but they did come. I'm more President Mahama, but so you see, they say, "Oh, town Kwadu Annan in America. We a leader. We a leader. The most important thing, they say, I'm on phone who's a for them.
Yeah.
And see, or how to nipa na etchere so you need to be there. Because in America, quite recently, you na the following day, the president will fly there. You see, just to give people say as a commander in chief, I'm
with you.
And that is what the leadership is about. That is why I consistently, not some of us were on TV. You couldn't president even tweet a crown on Twitter. Uncle, Obasara, you distance yourself from the people. And that was a very busy day at the Jubilee House. Because now a Independence Day, President Mahama traveled from Anopakusi area, we are one tenacity. And I'll call that particular place, a day before no Cote d'Ivoire. And he has been running around because that is what leadership demands. Being there for the people. So my member Abaso said upon all his busy schedules, he took time to visit the people just to assure them, say he is there for them. And this whole tie-dye website, you see, it's a problem that has been existing for quite a while. And Yahoo in several back accident has seen the last 8 years. And so whenever we will expect to say certain lasting solution be now remedy the situation. But never, like we said, a whooping 10 million was committed, say feasibility study and intervention. Yeah, cause steady situation there on what to do. And yet to be spending 10 million
4 years ago.
The report, as to because you don't do feasibility study and drop it when the amount involved is huge. But 10 million said nipa indeed a year feasibility study 1 year. And at that enclave, and when you could see signboard that you Kwabena for almost 4 to 7 good years. There is no cater port there. What I say? How I wasting resources and how government then demonstrates that he didn't even care about the people. Because Sanema we are not a course way, but that's sorry. Not a piano dining as a phone. I was expecting say government will come with the reallocation plan. You move the people away from that particular shore now. Because see, there is nothing you can do unless you undertake a certain massive way about cutting the sea off from the people. But until that, you need to move the people away and do a sea defense kind of intervention about stopping the sea from coming. But and I'm saying to Kroma Sabi, Debia Macasa, who will be a Genoko. Yanti Kroma na Kofi. When there was the last time, when there was the first time, what to say, I said, your friend Dambe Bagredamo, ye be a funny part.
I book Ache.
Afi be man be funny pa okroma saying ndi me ka cha say yenim nyansa a me boa
the same thing kan yakwa palugu dam no
ne ko si say
senka be so sansuo
yes because you see leadership every day be other sorry you're solving problems. That is all leadership is about. If you don't know, it's about solving problems. Your problem our create you, your problem problem for others. So you don't allow problems to persist when you've been given all the resources, everything to deal with such situation. Yet Kroma everywhere be as way for be a dam. I mean be funny power in the north for. I feel be a kunipa. A cattle road na se for
destroy your
farms. Yes. And for that problem to exist,
and that also we've committed 12 million.
Yes, and don't forget that this year, Bagredam, because
Palugu
yo it for we somewhere about beto yepno so make out say so subscribe to channel area but more than say obe subscribe now fe we like video don't give us a thumbs up now fe share ma wo foforo so na when you be here na wo somewhere cause e Ghana memo also wait me atchere wadwen afaye some way nyina ho e wo comment box ni mu mobeti minkabi in my next video.
Thanks for watching. Like and share the video. You can also drop your comment. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on the notification.